It should be working now. Why is it not working? No? Mama. Okay, no, it's working now, I think. Hello? Is the YouTube link working now? Can somebody please tell me? I'm gonna kill myself, I swear to God. Why does it always do this to me? Why? Why does something's always gotta go wrong? Something's always gotta go wrong. We good now. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. I was wondering why people weren't showing up on YouTube. People usually show up a lot earlier on YouTube than they do on Twitch, which is fine. I am not pitting you guys against each other. That's okay. Don't worry about it too much. Oh, we got Zurich on YouTube now. That's weird. That's a weird Zurich appearance on YouTube. Zurich usually prefers Twitch. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for testing it. Hold on. Let me do another thing. Should be working now. So sorry for all the ping. There you go. You said to testing. No, yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I am very sorry. I am very sorry, but I really do appreciate you. And I am a sheep. Listen, if you were a sheep, you would give me money right now. You would give me money. I still do have, I think, a tip jar open in sponsor, I think. I'm kidding. Don't give me money without me deserving it. I don't deserve the money. I haven't deserved the money in a while because I haven't uploaded a YouTube video. So I do not deserve the money yet. Wait until I upload the YouTube video. Then you can give me money. Alright? Be good. Anyway, where was I going? Where was I? What was I doing? I am so sorry. I am such a mess today. Anyway, I was talking about my doctor's appointment. So, just to recap, I've been having troubles getting to places and doing things on time and apparently executing it well, as you can see and experience for what is happening today. So I've been having trouble recently to getting stuff done. You know, I have to lurk with assignments. It's okay, Juju, no worries. I hope I can keep you company, and I hope not to be too distracting. But thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Anyway, so as I was saying, oh, wait, was that a Twitch sub? Was that a Twitch sub? Are my alerts not working today? Hold on, I have to check that now. Yes, the ads were bothering me. Oh, so now the ads are bothering you. Now the ads are bothering you. Okay, sure. That's what we're gonna call it. I'm kidding. Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. That's a little bit more money. That's a couple more cents that Twitch is gonna pay me for my Twitch payout, which should be coming soonish. I think it's coming on the 30th. So, you know, that's gonna be a good amount of money. Which, speaking of money, I'll come back to the doctor story later. So speaking of money, I am getting taxes. I'm getting tax returns. That is so exciting. After the government has been sucking me dry, you know. After it's been sucking me dry, the government has been taking everything away from me, doing a transfusion from between my wallet to their wallet. I am finally getting some money back, which is not gonna be a lot, by the way. Tax returns are usually like, you know, a couple pesos. Like they're not gonna be that much. So, you know, but still. Sarek, you know that you can find my sponsor, right? I'm pretty sure I put it somewhere in the description. But anyway, hey, here, if you're gonna give me a tip, you can use that. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so I'm getting some money now. I'm getting some money now that comes from the government, and I am very excited about that because I've been having a lot of medical bills also of late. A lot of money spent on my well-being, which is kind of money that is not really being well spent, to be honest. But you know, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. And so I am very fucking excited to not only get my Twitch payout, but also my tax returns. Although some part of me gets mildly scared whenever I get a YouTube payout. Sorry, a Twitch payout. You know why? I get mildly scared because I never filed taxes on Twitch stuff because, you know, Twitch is supposed to send me something. Twitch is supposed to send me a paper to tell me what the amount that I'm supposed to pay, and they have never sent it to me. And so every time, you know, every time that Twitch sends me a payout, I get ever so slightly scared that the IRS is gonna come for my ass. Since when do they give you a digital tax return? When I signed up for Twitch payout, they told me, and it says that they were gonna send me something. They never sent me shit, neither physical nor. They never sent me anything, neither physical nor on my email. The email! I haven't gotten anything to my email. I'm telling you. I swear to God, I'm telling you. I've never gotten anything into my email. Have I been committing tax fraud? Am I doing tax evasion? Fuck. No, I was proactive about it. Listen. Whenever I get a Twitch payout, which is like, you know, every blue moon, right? I tell my accountant, and he reports it to the government, to my government, to the Mexican government. He reports it. So I do tell my accountant, but you know, it's I don't know if I'm in depth with the US government now. Then again, though, what is the IRS gonna do against me? ban me from going to America? I'm kind of already banned. I'm Mexican after all. Hold on, let me check. I'm gonna check my Outlook. Hold on, let me check my Outlook page. Twitch? Do you have anything that you want to tell me, Twitch? Not just stream summary, password change. Hack? No. I haven't gotten anything in this email. Should I? Let me check my other emails just in case. Because what email is Twitch even linked under anymore? I do remember changing it when I got hacked, but I just don't know what the email is anymore. Ah, fuck. Hold on. Let me do something real quick. Can everybody hold up right now? I know that we're supposed to be doing art and shit. I know I'm supposed to be doing art and shit, but like this is kind of like an emergency situation right now. Which, by the way, hello Nova, how you doing, sweetheart? Thank you for watching me commit tax fraud live. Hold on, what email is this even under, girl? Oh fuck. Hold on. What email is this? Where do I even check my email on this shit? The email would lead you to your dashboard. Okay, I see. So I just can check my dashboard, right? Okay. Creator dashboard. What would that be under anyway? Monetization? Or payouts? Maybe I should figure this out after stream, maybe? I don't know. I don't know. I'm too scared now. I mean, it's only $50 like every like 3 to 4 months. So, do you think they care? Do you think they care? I've never gotten paid enough for them to, I think, for them to actually care. I don't think they care, do they? Do you guys think it matters? Should I really be selling this right now? I mean, I tell my accountant. I tell my accountant about it. I'll tell my accountant about it. He, you know, I feel like I would have gotten a... First of all, I don't think they would continue to pay me. You know, I don't think they would continue to pay me if, you know, I haven't been paying taxes on them and they had a problem with it. Fuck. Oh, Lord. You know what? You know what? That doesn't deal with the IRS you're supposed to. You should bring it up to the accountant next year. Next year. Do you think I'm gonna remember next year? Do you think I'm gonna remember? Oh, fuck. Okay, you know what? We're gonna settle this after stream. You know what, Nova? If you have time, you seem to know a lot about this as well. And Juju is working on her education, and I don't want to bother her. So, Nova, if you have time later today, can you help me with this? You better. Not even Joker messes with the IRS. I'm just wondering, can they do anything against me if I am not in American soil? Can they do that? Should I actually be worried? Should I actually be worried? Okay, hold on. Let me see what it says right here. Oh shit. Well, you know what? You know what? We're gonna figure this out later. I'll give you guys an update later about the you know, the pink bunny fashion doll committing tax fraud next stream when I get it settled down, okay? Because I owe them a lot of money. I may be actually going poor soon. I may be actually be broke. So, you know, we'll see about that. But anyway, should we get into what the stream? Should we get into this? What the stream is about? Because like at this point, I'm just like, you know, I'm kind of discombobulated. I kind of want to turn this into a just chatting stream now about you guys teaching me how to do my taxes. Because I actually never done them myself. I just tell my accountant and he does them for me. Lord. Well, anyway. Let's get into it, shall we? Let's get into what we're doing today. And then we'll continue talking about my problem with the medical industry. 1 second. I forgot my drawing hand. I'm excited. My life has kept me away from many I've streams, so I'm here for you're here for me watching me live commit tax fraud, huh? Is that what you get excited about nowadays? Is that everything that you gotta look forward to? Me committing tax fraud live. For legal reasons, that is a joke. You know, for legal reasons, it's kind of a joke, not really. For legal reasons, you guys are also involved. So you know what? If I go down, chat, if I go down y'all are going down with me, okay? I will not be taken down by myself. All right? You guys go down with the ship. Anyway, so let's get into what we're doing for today's stream, shall we? Let's get into it. So, today, we're working on characterization and character interactions. Yippee! Hold on, let me just do this real quick. Oh, shit. Oh, that's gonna appear in the speed pane. Anyway, so the thing that we're working on today is characterization and character interaction. Now, Renan, what the fuck is that? Okay, so in the process of character design, if you had watched my video, which you probably should, you know, about me making the water type gym leader video, you would know that characterization is a critical part of character design because you gotta know how your character reacts to things, particularly if you are making a comic, if you are making an anime, if you're doing any type of media in which your characters will appear often. It is very important to know how your characters will react to shit, right? As you can see here, for example, in this lovely thumbnail that I took a while to do today, and that's the reason why I was late today. You know, this is what would happen if the poison and water type gym leader interact with each other. This is what they do. This is what they do on a daily basis. They commit crimes against each other. You know, I don't know if this is gonna get censored, if this is gonna get me like, if this is gonna get suppressed by YouTube. Technically not. I censor everything, but you know, YouTube can be picky sometimes. So yeah, I took forever to be on today on stream because literally I spent all my afternoon doing this because I was having a little bit of art block today. But you know, look at them. You guys finally have the other side. You guys finally have the other side. Because when I was doing the water type gym leader and when I talked to you guys about her, you guys saw this particular reaction of her. But you guys didn't see what it was referring to, you know? The little angry thing. You know, the little angry expression that Mar has here. Yeah, this is in reference to the poison gym leader. Stitches get stitches. Thank you. Don't snitch on me. Don't snitch on me. Don't snitch on me with the IRS. Because I'm taking you down with me. I'm telling you. I'm taking you down with me. Don't worry, I'll post your bail. Thank you. Honestly, that will be perfect. That will be perfect. Or if you can help me pay my taxes, even better. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Kinda not really, but I'm kidding. So yeah, this is what we're doing essentially today. Sort of like this, but a little bit different. So, one of the main flaws that happened when I was designing Mar, right? And one of the things that I couldn't help is doing character interactions with the other gym leaders when they basically don't exist yet, you know? When they are basically just like little sparkles of thought in my mind, it is kind of difficult to do character interactions with. But you know, now there is two of them. There is two of them, brackets two. There is two of them. They can interact with each other. They exist in the same space. They exist in the same liminal space that is my mind. And so, I'm very excited. I'm very excited. And so, that is what we're going to be doing today. Primarily, we're going to be doing a characterization and character interaction sheet. It's mostly just going to be characterization, which characterization is, like I said, the way that a character is represented doing different things, different reactions to things and stuff like that. But it's going to be different than Mars because with Mars, it was mostly just character expressions. Character expressions reacting to different things and, you know, different emotions and situations. And here, what I'm gonna do with this lady over here, which we still need to name her. I still have yet to pick a name, and it's pissing me that I don't have a name for her. But anyway, what we're gonna do with her is something slightly different, which is we are going to be doing just basically a sketch sheet, which is non-descriptive, but you know, we're working on like different poses and expressions, like fun facts. It's not just gonna be expressions anymore. Is, you know, anything that we can highlight about her personality that cannot be just said with just appearances, you know. For example, maybe we can draw her having an actual interaction with water type gym leader, with Mar. We can draw her without the boa. What does she look like without makeup? Stuff like that, you know. That kind of stuff, it is necessary to have as part of the character design sheet, you know. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be working on today. Drawing her in different poses, getting used to drawing her, because, you know, I was having trouble actually drawing her face earlier because I just couldn't figure out her morphology, because I haven't actually like constructed her face in a while. So that was interesting. And so yeah. Maybe something that we can do too, which I think would be fun, and to bring a little bit more of a interactiveness to this stream, maybe you can ask me a couple questions about her, you know? Ask me questions about her. Let's help me like build the character together so that we can, you know, make sure that we get that we flesh her up properly. If you guys are down for that. I think that this part in particular, there. Hey Ryoken, how you doing, sweetheart? Hello. You weren't here for the fucking mess earlier. Hey Ryoken, guess what? I may be committing tax fraud by accident. I may or may not be committing tax fraud, but you know what? I'm a VTuber, so rules don't apply to me, you know? I'm a VTuber. Rules are beneath me. They are beneath me. They do not matter. Oh, lordy. Anyway, so with all that being said, you do see the badge on my helmet, don't you? What are you talking about? I am unaware. I am blissfully unaware. Blissfully unaware of what you're talking about. Blissfully unaware. But yeah, we can keep this as part of the you know, part of the sketch sheet, I guess. The thumbnail is really funny. Anyway, I love how she's just in eating constantly in coffee like me. Wait, are we talking about Mar, or are we talking about the poison gym leader? Because if you're talking about Mar, yes, Mar needs coffee. I'll pretend I didn't hear nothing. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you for getting it. Thank you for being a what's it called? An ally to the course, I guess. An ally to everything. What is her preferred coffee of choice? Okay, we're talking about Mar then. Ideally, you ask me questions about the poison gym leader, but I'll answer that question about Mar just because it's a really intriguing thing. And I think her preferred coffee brand would probably just be whatever's cheapest. I'm gonna be honest, whatever's cheapest. Cause she doesn't really care. So long as she can get that caffeine injected straight. Listen, if she could get caffeine injected straight into her eyes, she would. You know? Does the poison gym leader just drink tea just to be petty against Mar? No. Cause the thing is that it's not like Mar and the poison gym leader have like they are occupying each other's thoughts at all times. It is not quite like that, you know. It is not quite like that. The relationship is more like whenever they encounter each other is when this kind of shit happens, you know? Whenever they encounter each other in the wild is when this happens. But otherwise, they're not really thinking about each other. So, Poison's preferred beverage is probably just sparkling cider. You know, just a little sparkling cider, sparkling water, if you will. Because, you know, she's the type of person who cannot stomach water normally. You know, Poison Gym Leader cannot stomach water like a normal person. It has to be sparkly, or it has to have some type of glitter on it, or else she doesn't want it. You know, she doesn't want it. Which I think it's also kind of a funny dig against Mar, which is, you know, she can't drink water if it's not sparkly, and you know, to her, Mar is not sparkling water. Hey Aaron, how you doing, sweetheart? How's it going? Hope you're having a good day. They make caffeine gum just for that. I didn't know they make caffeine. Is it even good for you? Because caffeine gum sounds like the type of thing that it will give you like an overdose. Like instantly. She's water-tistic, I see. You know, as much as you want to put the tone indicator for joke there has to be a good joke in the first place. Otherwise, the tone indicator is not necessary, you know? The joke has to be good for it to have a tone indicator. Sorry. Listen. I'm working with the Poison Gym Leader. She's doing things to me right now. Okay, so let's start working on this a little bit. Let me see if I can actually draw today, because otherwise we're gonna be in trouble if I cannot draw today. But yeah. Hello. What is the first thing I want to draw for her? I think what I want to draw for her first is... Oh, I know. I actually do have a thing that I want to draw for her. And mostly what we're gonna be doing today is mostly just like speed sketches. I'm not gonna try to focus too much on the details, because that's what when I do focus too much on the details, which happens a lot, by the way. It happens a lot to me, at least, that I focus too much on the details and I end up not, you know, drawing as much as I should. I'm mostly just going to focus on stuff that I can control, on like light sketching, so that I can get through stuff quicker. Hey, just because you're right doesn't mean that you gotta be at me like that. Listen, it's on site. It's on site. It is on site, because you know what? You haven't been here in a while. How am I supposed to not be mean to you when you haven't been here in a while? I'm being like a toxic boyfriend, you know? Except that I am the victim in this relationship, because you did not appear, and now you're love bombing me. I am so okay. So I don't think that a different pose is necessary here, other than I probably... Oh, I need to separate this too. See? I'm a shiny Twitch shatter. Yeah! By the fact that you're barely there. I'm kidding. One piece of gum is 100 milligrams of caffeine, barely more than a mug of a coffee. You bet then, you bet that Mar is probably just, you know what? Mar is kind of autistic, a little bit. She does have a bit of autistic traits to her. So I do picture her being the type of person who just grabs gum and, like, you know, doesn't really stop chewing it ever. Even after the flavor of the chewing gum is gone. You know, even after the flavor of the chewing gum is gone, she's still chewing it just because she likes the feeling. I don't... I'm having trouble... You know what's happening to me right now? I'm having trouble picturing stuff in my brain right now. So... I am just like... smooth. Brain is smooth right now. The brain is not braining today. Like... I have always had aphantasia. Aphantasia has been a thing with me always. You know? Girl, references allowed. The thing is that even with a reference, I don't know what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? That's the hard part for me. Yes, I can use references and references are allowed. But I don't know what my mind's eye is picturing right now. I am picturing a feeling. That's what I'm picturing right now. I am not able to picture an image. So for me to be able to even Google something, I have to figure out what I'm looking for, you know? So like I'm just not... Brain is not braining. Brain is not braining today. Okay, I'm gonna take this away for a moment. That is what I was doing. Sure. But yeah, I do have aphantasia. Aphantasia is a thing that plagues my life. It happens often to me. Does text description help? Not really, because I need to be able to see it in my brain to be able to figure it out. Like, I know what I want is a selfie. That's what I want. Thing is, though, I don't know how that looks. And when I look for selfies on Google, it's not gonna give me what I'm looking for. So I am kind of like kind of stuck. You know what? I'm gonna try and just draw her face first. Let's see if I can do that, and then we'll go from there. Usually, it's not a. This is not a thing. This is not a thing that that lasts very long. I need to open her face reference. I need to open her face reference and have it right beside me just so that I'm able to, you know, see it and work from there. I know there's a regular chatter on the other side that also has that. Let's see how let's see if they show up. They might have a useful feed for that. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Genuinely, usually this only happens for like the first couple of sketches and then it goes away, to be honest. But I'm having one of those things in which you know, the canvas is blank, therefore I am struggling to picture what I should be drawing right now. So, and I don't know how other artists do it. Like, maybe I should just try and draw her face shape without trying to draw. Okay, let me just try that. I'll try and draw her face shape, and then I'll move on from there, because that's also part of the problem with her face, is that her face shape is pretty new to me. I never drawn a face this round before. At least not a face that is not a child's. And that's gonna be funny because the Ice Type Gym Leader hasn't even drawn their face in this. The Ice Type Gym Leader, Gym Leader is like his face is really round because, well, he is higher on the weight schedule when it comes to weight, you know. He is a bit fatter than... He's quite a bit fatter than Poison Gym Leader. You know, Poison Gym Leader is kind of like skinny fat. She's chubby, you know, she's chubby. Ice Type Gym Leader is actually fat. You know? And this is already not looking like her face at all, but you know what? We'll tweak it, we'll tweak it, we'll tweak it. We'll tweak the face. We'll take the face as we need to go. As we need to tweak it, that's when we'll worry about it. You know what I mean? But that's also something that tends to happen often with me too, is that I want to get it right the first time because I am a fucking perfectionist, and when I don't get it right the first time, it pisses me off. Like, I want to get it right, goddammit. I want to get it right. I don't want to have to redraw shit over and over again, but then I kind of do have to because, well, I suck at drawing, apparently. Yeah. It's also very funny that as an artist, I get aphantasia. Because, like, girl, not only did you need to, not only did whatever force created me, whatever was able to create this this amount of gayness contained in a single body, was not only just content with giving me ADHD, they were also not just content with giving me making me a slow artist. They also had to go ahead and give me aphantasia, so that not only do I struggle in drawing, I draw slow, and I cannot picture anything in my brain. But, you know, if you want to figure out if you have aphantasia or not, I can help you how. Try to picture an apple. Picture an apple, Chad. Picture an apple. How well can you see the apple? Can you control it? Can you rotate the apple? Can you rotate the apple in a 3D space? Is it a 2D figure? Are you seeing it in black and white? Can you see a color? Do you see the there is also people who can see a concept, right? For example, I had a coworker, because we talked about aphantasia as well. I had a coworker, and my coworker, he was not able to picture images. What he often pictured was words. If you tell her to imagine an apple, if you told him to imagine an apple, what he would do is that he would imagine, literally type it out on a piece of paper, the word apple. Literally, you tell him to imagine an apple, what he will do is literally just see the words apple in his brain. That's what he would do. So he imagines the concept of an apple, but not the apple in itself. You know what I mean? Which I find it so interesting how our minds are so creative yet so boggled by life, I suppose. Her chin needs to be bigger. Like, yes, she's looking down, but she's not. Her ear would be here-ish. Maybe that can help me anchor better. Actually, no, her ear would be higher. It will be around here. Maybe this can help me anchor her face better, her facial features. I do 3D, but I see the apple and the texture, and then I can even feel the room temperature and taste. What the? That is called hyperphantasia, then. When you can get to the point in which you can imagine the taste of an apple, that's hyperphantasia, which is the opposite of aphantasia. You know, that's when you start to get closer to synesthesia. You know, synesthesia, for example, is almost like the complete opposite of aphantasia. With synesthesia, well, no, synesthesia is a different thing. Synesthesia, basically, your senses get confused sometimes. And have you ever heard of the phrase, I can smell colors? That can apply literally to some people. Some people literally can smell colors. And that is not a joke. Because people often say, you know, people often say that when they get wasted or something, they're like, oh, I can smell color. And that's an actual thing. People can actually smell color. So synesthesia is when your brain gets confused and sends the wrong signal. You know, when you smell a color, you might be able to smell, depending on what your brain connects to it. You might be able to smell. If you see green, maybe you can smell lemon. It's clean AF. I can imagine, but I imagine that's also kind of like one of those things that are like kind of tough to grow up with, you know? I imagine that that's one of those things that must be such a pain in the ass when you're growing as a kid. Because like, imagine you get like flashed by red or something. Let's put it something this way. Let's say that you're looking at a screen and suddenly it flashes red. Imagine you get a really intense taste of like, you know, strawberry. I guess it's not a strong smell. I mean, it depends really, because it really depends a lot to what your brain connects with those with that, you know. It really does depend a lot, because if your brain connects red, for example, to like maybe the smell or taste of rotten meat, then that must be awful, you know. That must be a fucking pain in the ass to handle. I'm thinking about this too literally already. I'm already thinking about it too structurally, and this already destroys kind of the purpose of the exercise. So let me try and be looser again. Because that's what happens. I think too much about the shape or morphology of things, and it ends up being so I kind of take the flowiness off of it. I don't know if it happens to you guys. If you guys are artists and you guys draw, right? Sometimes it happens that you get so stuck on a scale of something being like anatomically decent, for example. And when you get so stuck like that, stuff just doesn't look as good anymore. It looks very stiff. And I think that's what's happening to me right now. So I need to let it go for a moment. Yeah, I need to let it go. I need to let go for a moment and just draw. Just try whatever. Try whatever, man. Try whatever. Don't think too hard about it. Just if it looks flat, well, it looks flat for him. If it doesn't look right, it doesn't look right for him. And you can always fix it later, Renan. Just don't get too stuck on it right now. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. Because once again, this is a thing that happens often to me. I get really stuck on something, and I am not able to let it go until way later, until way after things have, you know, I spent half an hour trying to draw a face when I was supposed to draw like 20 of them. Whatever, man. Don't think too hard about it. Don't think too hard about it. I guess this is the reason why a lot of artists are able to skip like this, I guess, foundational phase, and they just go straight into, what's it called? Straight into drawing stuff. Fuck, my brain is not cooperating today. Okay, just try it, Renan. Just try it. Just say fuck it. Just say fuck it. Say fuck it. Just try it. Try the pose and then you can figure it out later. Let it go. Okay, so the character interact. The thing that I'm imagining right now for this particular face that I'm trying to draw right now is I want to draw a selfie, but there's a very interesting thing about her character design that I did that I want to point out with this selfie. Hold on, what would be the mouth? The mouth would be around here-ish. So if the mouth is here, I want these to be here. Yeah. So the part that I'm trying to highlight about her character design right here is I made a choice on one of her hands to have shorter nails in a certain sense than the other hand, and that is a very specific reason. It's a very specific imagery, you know. There is very specific imagery related to one of your some of your nails being shorter than the other. Class, can anybody tell me, class, and can everybody tell me what does it mean when some of the nails of your hand are shorter than the others? Specifically, if you're a woman, can anybody know? Does anybody know? Then can anybody tell me? If you are of the female variety, and you have shorter nails, anxiety because of biting them. I mean, you're not wrong. I will say you're not wrong. That is not a wrong answer. You know? That is not a wrong answer, but that is also not right either. You know what? I should have expected this from people who are... Actually, I don't even know. Are you straight, Kuronin? Kuronin, are you straight? Are you of the straight variety of human? Yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense then. That makes a lot of sense why you don't recognize that. That means that you know what? It's fair though. It's fair because I didn't want this to be like too obvious, you know. And that's why I don't know it. Then again, I'm just fooling around. Right, so you can tap the phone without hitting them, right? I mean, that's also another reason, but there's a lot of people with like long nails. You know, there's a lot of people with long nails who are able to maneuver around the world without it, with long nails. I'm a non-binary mess, so I can't help it. Okay. So, hold on. Let me just do me a favor, Chad. Chad, do me a favor. Google lesbian nails. Google lesbian nails. In fact, this is something very important for anybody who interacts with a pussy or an asshole. You should really trim your nails, right? But particularly, especially for the pussy, you should have your nails trimmed. Have you all Googled what it means to have some of your nails be shorter than the others? Have you all finished Googling it? Can I do the quest now? Okay. These fingers are kind of fucked up. These fingers are a little bit fucked up. They need to have a bit more length. Particularly the middle one. This one can stay to be shorter. Okay, so it seems like Kuronin knows. Okay, I'm just gonna explain it for the people who don't know. So, there is this signifier for a lot of lesbians, right? A lot of people. Let me put it in a way that makes sense. So, lots of practicing lesbians, let's put it that way. A lot of people, a lot of females who practice lesbianism, there's a lot of them who like to have really long nails, right? But, as I said before, when you are interacted with your phalanges on a pussy, right? You have to be very careful. You know, it's a very sensitive place. So part of the reason why you must have your nails short is because you want to avoid scratching the fuck out of it. You know, you don't want to scratch that kitty. That kind of kitty is not for scratching. So a lot of lesbians, what they would do is that they would have some of their nails done in a way that, you know, the pointer finger, the thumb, and the pinky are long, but the middle finger and the ring finger, you know, are short. Now, this also comes up to preference too. Some others prefer to have their pointer and their middle finger to be the short ones. Some other people only do the pinky and the pinky and the thumb to be the long ones. And then some others, they just have one hand with long nails and the other one is have shorter nails. So that is essentially the signifier. We're back gonna pick up Sarah. Okay, no worries, Nova. So that is a signifier, and I am using it to silently express a part of her character. Because, you know, that's also kind of part of character design. There are some things that is very to show, not tell. So it's the reason why I'm kind of drawing this pose a little bit. this pose with her, kind of doing a selfie. Is supposed to be her showing off her nails. Because that is a storytelling too. That's storytelling too. If you have your nails done like that, more likely than not, if you are a female, you're probably a lesbian or bisexual at the minimum. Now, bisexuality is a thing as well, but usually it's a thing that mostly lesbians do, to be honest. Jesus, why is my mouth suddenly so dry? Anyway, let's... Yeah, her mouth should be around here. That's where I want her mouth to be. The nose is usually here. It's very flat right now, but I'll fix it up in a bit. Yeah, you don't want to scratch that. Leave that sort of DJing to music for music records. Damn. Okay. Wow, that's a new one. That is a new one. I mean, is that another way that we can do a euphemism for it? Is that what we can do? Because, you know, there is flicking the bean, pulling the patch, scratching the DJ record. Apparently, is now a new one. Jesus, I'm not even a woman. I don't know how to express this properly, so I should probably shut up and continue drawing. But yeah, that is essentially the purpose of this type of these little drawings, you know. I want to show off little of this sketching, at least. That is the purpose of what I'm trying to do with this sketching, is show off little choices of her life that she has. You know, little things about her, little fun facts, just so that when a viewer sees it, they go like, oh, you know. By the way, I know that it's been a while since that topic was brought up, but you guys still want me to talk about the doctor story, or do I continue yapping about these characters? Because I am fine with doing any of them, to be honest. I'm fine with doing any of them. Okay, now here comes the very big problem of me not being specific. I'm interested in the doctor story. Okay, let me talk to you about it. So, yesterday I went to the doctor, right? Yesterday I went to the doctor, and my appointment was at 3:30, and I left my home at 3:15 because, you know, I live on the edge of life. I also have ADHD, so I'm kind of fucked up. But, you know, I like to add some thrills to my life. My life is a little too boring without it. I like to feel like I am constantly I like to feel the anxiety constantly at all times. You know, otherwise I don't feel good. Otherwise my life is not complete. The hit of like the dopamine hit that happens whenever I arrive to a place, they are just in time, despite the fact that I left late. That's what keeps me alive, you know what I mean? And so, I arrived late to my doctor's appointment. This time around, it wasn't one of those things in which I arrived just in the nick of time. No, I arrived 10 minutes later. But you know what? It's technically was still within my appointment time, you know? And because this is a particular doctor, you know, not really particular doctor. What is the word? Because in Spanish will be doctor particular, but that wouldn't be that in English. I guess what do you call a doctor that's not from a hospital in English? El doctor Simi. No fue el doctor Simi, chinga. Doctor Simi would not be patient with me. Doctor Simi would not be patient with me. Hold on, let me Google this up. Hold on, give me a moment. Google is not giving me an answer. A private doctor. Yeah, private doctor. That is all right. Thank you so much. My brain is expanding. Anyway, so because this doctor is a private doctor, right? I don't really have. They tend to be more lenient, right? And so even though I was 10 minutes late, I was technically within my appointment time, and therefore I could still be seen, right? So I arrived to the doctor's office. First of all, the front desk lady was nowhere in sight. The place looked like it was closed, and I started panicking because I thought, damn, I got the wrong date. I am fucked. I came and spent money without a reason because I got the wrong date. And then I see this fucking bitch, the fucking desk lady. I see her pulling up with fucking 5 orders of McDonald's, which honestly based. You know what? You do you, girl. Do whatever helps you get through the day, I guess. But I see her pulling up with 5 orders of McDonald's. And then she goes like, oh, who are you here to see? And I'm like, oh, I am with Dr. So-and-so from, I'm gonna call him Dr. Sun. I came to see Dr. Sun. I have an appointment at 3. I'm 10 minutes late, so I'm very sorry, but can I still be seen? And she's like, yeah, of course. And you know, she gets in, she, you know, with all of the time in the world, not really even concerned that I am there or not, she takes me to take a seat. She leaves her McDonald's on the counter and then goes to talk to the doctor. And then she's like, oh, he'll be right with you in just a moment. And I'm like, okay, I mean, it is my appointment time, but I get it, I'm late, so I cannot really complain, right? I can't complain. And so 10 minutes go by, 20 minutes go by, and by this point I am outside of the time of my appointment. By this point, the other people are arriving, you know? The person who's supposed to be seen at 4, she has already arrived, and we are just kind of chatting, having a nice kiki. We kind of trauma bond about the fact that we're both seeing the doctor for the same thing, right? And so at this point, I'm like, okay, maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Maybe, and just maybe, the fact that I was late just means that maybe he just had more time for his other patient, and I will still be seen today, you know? I will not have spent 200 pesos just getting here, right? Another 20 minutes go by, and then the front desk lady comes out of the office with a fucking mouthful of potatoes in her mouth. And she says, "I'm very sorry, the doctor won't be able to see you today. The doctor won't be able to see you today. His last appointment got extended, and so please feel free to be able to reschedule." So, you're telling me that the doctor was able to extend the appointment of the previous person for an hour, and I cannot be seen after I was there for an hour? Mary, I lost my shit. Of course, I didn't actually let the lady have it, because at the end of the day, it's not her fault. The front lady with all her fucking burgers, stuffing herself right in front of me with potatoes. She didn't have anything to do with that. But at the same time, I am sitting here fucking living because I just wasted money for nothing. And so I decided to, you know what? I'm gonna just, you know, I don't have credit on my phone, so I'm just gonna find somewhere to put credit and then call the Uber and go home, right? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna get some credit on my phone and then go home. And so I go to the mall that is like right next door. It's very close to a mall. So I go to the mall, and then I decide to treat myself to boba because I have depression. I am a stress eater, and I just needed some balls in my mouth, you know? I needed some balls in my mouth, and so I got some boba. You know, the chewing really did help with feeling the stress a little bit less. And because I was already there, I decided to just take some time to myself, you know? Feel you there, stress eating all the way. Listen, at least I didn't get a burger or something, because those burgers were very tempting. I ain't gonna lie. I wanted a bite of those fucking McNuggets so fucking bad. But, you know, I am trying to lose weight, so I won't, you know? But I wanted them so bad. So at least I just got something that is not really that intensive on calories. Because it wasn't even that sweet. The boba, I mean. And so, you know, I take a walk around the mall, just treating myself to the sides. I haven't been in the mall in a while. It's probably been almost more than a year, you know? Since I couldn't be attended, can I get one of your burgers, ma'am? No, ma'am. We're not about to steal a service we're not about to steal a customer service employee's heart and burgers. Come on now, we're better than that. We're not about to do that. That poor woman is probably so overworked. So, you know. I mean, I guess they didn't expect you to be there, so they extended the previous patient time. I don't know, to be honest. Here's the thing, though. The previous patient time would have been fine, you know? They extended it. Fine, whatever. But I was still there. You know? I was still there. He knew I was there. And I was still within the time frame of my appointment. You know? I arrived 10 minutes late, but I still had 20 minutes of my appointment, and the reason for me being there was not gonna be that long anyway. It wasn't gonna matter that much, and it was gonna be fast, you know. So like, I don't know. Maybe it was karma. Maybe it was karma. Maybe I deserved it for being late. But still, I just really wanted a burger. I just really want a burger. So yeah. So I go to the mall. I get my boba. I walk around for a while, right? Because I haven't been in a mall in a while, and I just wanna feel something. Regardless of what that feeling is, I just wanna feel something, right? And so I just walk around and have a fun time. Have a fun time just looking around the stores, going into clothing stores and feeling my clothes turn into rags suddenly. I felt like Cinderella when the clock hit midnight and suddenly I was empowered because fucking I wasn't even looking at clothes. I was looking at hair accessories, right, for my hair. A set of 3 scrunchies was the equivalent of $50 in Mexican peso. You know? A set of 3 scrunchies was the equivalent of $50. So, I am clearly in a place that is way out of my fucking tax bracket. I got demoted to subhuman being when I was then. When I was there. So like, I stopped looking at the stores at some point. At some point I stopped looking at the stores and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should just go home. Maybe I should just go home because this is clearly not a place for me. This is clearly a place for rich people who have spendable income to spend on $50 crunchy. So I go to check my phone. And my phone was dead. Apparently, with the rush of me trying to make it to my appointment in time, I forgot to charge my phone. And so, I was stranded in the middle of nowhere because yes, 30 minutes of a drive, whatever. Here's the thing. I don't go to that side of town that often, so I have no idea how to get home. So, I spent about an hour trying to figure out bus paths so that I can get home. And that's the reason why I didn't stream yesterday. Because I was so fucking tired of the whole ordeal. I was not even seen at the doctor, and that little trip that I of me trying to turn lemons into lemonade, and I'm me being, hey, you know what? I'm in this side of town. I haven't been in this town in a while, so let's just take a little trip. Why not? Let me treat myself. Let me just walk around for a little bit, see what's going on. We talking about Fantasia? I mean, no, I was talking about my doctor appointment, but talking about Fantasia again. Talking about Fantasia again. Yeah, I am still struggling on how to draw this. I'm still struggling. Like, I have a, you know, I have more of an idea now of what I'm doing, but Jesus, this took about 30 minutes to get into this very bare bone skeletons fucking drawing. So yeah, I am having a fun time. But hey, Jerry, how you doing? How's work? If it's gonna say how's work. How is your assignments doing? Do you have a Fantasia actually? Can you actually picture an apple in your mind's eye? Did you? God, my hair is getting in the way. Jesus. I don't have any images. Really? What do you see? What do you see, Juju? When you're trying to imagine an apple, what do you see? Nothing. Wait, you see nothing? I think you're the first person. I think you're the first person that I have ever met that actually sees absolutely nothing. Like, are you telling me you actually see pitch black? Nothing at all. Not even words. Not even colors. Not even shapes. Nothing? Nothing at all? Pitch black in here. Damn. So wait. Wow. That is new. That is new, actually. I've never met somebody with that level of fantasia. So wait. Hold on. Question. Do you have a narrator? When you're talking in your mind, do you have a narrator? Or do you imagine yourself doing something? Okay, I'm gonna ask you to imagine yourself picking up a pen. Do you narrate it? Do you narrate yourself picking up a pen? Or can you sort of see it? You know? I only know about imagination because dreams are the only thing that I can visualize, but it's involuntary. God, trying to recall dreams with you must be awful. Are you able to recall dreams? Here's the thing about dreams, though. Here's the thing about dreams, Chad. Dreams are actually very important for the way that you process information. So, if you are not able to dream properly or remember your dreams, you might have memory problems. I guess I know aspects of picking up a pencil. The way that I process information is knowing. Huh. Interesting. I just realized I did this wrong. Did I do it wrong? No, I didn't. I'm still right. Hug. No, I did doing wrong. Shit. I did doing wrong because the hand that doesn't have the nails is that one. I have memory problems. I remember myself in the third person. That is so interesting. It's so funny that the most creative people, the more creative people are, the more often aphantasia and that kind of stuff happens. Question. Another question. So, part of the thing that happens to me as I am going to bed, right? My brain likes to have fun sometimes. For some reason, the little people that coordinate the dreams happening inside of my brain kind of like to fuck with me sometimes. And so, when I have to go to bed, one of the things that they do, and they do this very often, one of the things that they do is that they play movies behind my eyelids. They play movies. And they're kind of fucked up sometimes because what they do sometimes is that they play horror movies. So sometimes I would see like flashes of like really horrifying characters in my eyelids, right? But sometimes they will have me see like a scene of somebody eating a popcorn, right? And that's supposed to entertain me long enough for me to be able to actually fall asleep. Does anybody have that? Like, I guess what I'm describing is that I basically, right before I go to sleep, my brain starts to hallucinate. I know that I'm not dreaming. I'm not sleeping yet. But while I am closing my eyes trying to sleep, I basically start to hallucinate like I'm already dreaming, even though I know that I'm awake. You know what I mean? It's not really lucid dreaming either. It's not really lucid dreaming because I'm not in control on what they show me. I'm not in control at all on what they show me. But it happens to me a lot. Have they ever played the whole B movie for you? I don't think I have been awake long enough for them to show me the B movie. I don't think that has happened yet. You know? But I'll tell them. I'll tell them. I'll let them know that the me movie would probably be a good idea to help me go to bed. You know what? The B movie might be boring enough for them to be like, you know what? He just needs to see this and he will go straight to sleep. So yeah, I'm kind of fucked up. Fucked up things happen on my brain all the time, and I don't know how to feel about it. Okay, let's try and fix this, shall we? Let's try and fix this. Let's try to actually sketch out her face, okay? And let's start by the simple part, which is the eyes. Actually, no, the eyes are not the simplest part, but you know, I am having a time with this woman right now. I am having time. I'm having a time with her, and I don't know how to reconciliate that time. Do I know what the funny part about this character is, Chad? I don't know if you guys have seen. I actually don't know if I've shown you that. I've been talking about her, but I haven't shown you the update. So let me show you the update real quick. So this is like the finished design of the Poison Gym leader, and something I really enjoy about her is her makeup. I really enjoy coming up with it because, you know, I didn't know how much to push it with her makeup, right? Because I didn't want her to look too like I didn't know how radical I wanted to go with it. But then I remember that this is a Pokemon game, and Pokemon games are stupid, campy. And I remember that Gyaru makeup exists. And Gyaru makeup kind of fits her very well with this whole her overriding her normal features, you know? She looks very different on this drawing right here of her face when it's bare and it doesn't have any makeup, versus when it's not bare, you know? When her face is actually, you know, fully decked out. And so I had a lot of fun with it. And you know, the reason why I bring this up is that I watch a lot of drag queen content. I guess vicariously know how to do drag. Vicariously, sorry. Vicariously, I know how to do drag, quote unquote. Don't quote me on that, actually. I don't think I would make a good drag queen. Like, I can do makeup, but I cannot do makeup as good as they do. But anyway, the reason why I'm saying this is because I know exactly how her eyelashes work, because I watch a lot of drag queens. And her eyelashes would be sort of glued to her eyelids. You know, the what's it called? The green ones, the paper ones, they are glued to her eyelids. So in this case, even though her eye would be closed here in this picture, even though her eye would be closed, the green eyelashes would still stand up. They would still be as big as they are right now. You know, it would be something like this. And it's so stupid. I'm having a lot of fun with her. I would say, even though I'm sort of struggling trying to draw her right now. I should probably draw the updated version of her face too, just to happen. Because this has like the eyelashes in the proper proportions. I'm having a lot of fun trying to draw her, you know. She's a very fun character for me to figure out how to draw and stuff like that. Because she's kind of like what I wish I could be, I guess. She is a bit of a parallel for me. So I'm really having a fun time trying to make sure that I'm doing her justice, you know? They say that whenever you make OCs or whenever you make characters, regardless of whether you intend it or not, you always give a character a little bit of yourself, you know? Shit, why is this on a different layer? Oh, whatever. Do you guys have any OCs? I know that a good amount of you are not artists, but do you have any OCs in any way? Like, if you have played D&D, you probably do have an OC, or like, whenever you make a character, is there a character that you guys always come back to and always do? I did, I guess. Tell me about them. Tell me about them. I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious. All right, now I know why this is on a different layer. So this needs to be further. Yeah. I got you, fucker. I got you, fucker. Sorry. I am very sorry. Sorry. So, mosquitoes are coming out. Mosquito season is coming back, and I've been like, and I've been on the hunt for mosquitoes, and I finally got one today. I haven't got anyone today, but I finally got one, and so I am very happy. Then what do all my D&D characters have some kind of trauma? Well, I don't really have an answer for that because I'm not a therapist, but I can give you my best guess. And my best guess would be that usually when we give or see some type of trauma, it tends to have a lot to do with the fact of wishing that things happen different in our lives, you know? Maybe it doesn't have to do any trauma that you have in real life, but it could be, you know, a way of your imagining your life differently than what actually happened, you know? That's one way that you can look at it. You're trying to picture your life in a different scenario. Like, what if things went different, you know? Oh god. So that's what I can say about that one. I guess you can probably do that. It's also a bit of like an intriguing fascination with like it can also be morbid curiosity, you know? You're very curious about what would happen in the circumstances of life, and so you live them through your OCs. That could also happen too. That's also a thing. I didn't go for long, but when I was in high, I was high. When you were high? Okay, what? You mean when you were in high school? Or when you were high? Did you got high and play D&D? Is that what you're telling me right now? So you got high. You got high and play and you got high and you decided to join a D&D campaign. Okay, sure, we'll go with that premise. That will be the premise that I will go for. Yeah, when I was in high school, I joined some sort of D&D club. It wasn't that game though. When I joined, they asked me to create a character and gave me the character sheet and all. And in this case, I added drama to the character just to give it some spice and make it more interesting. People can relate with more flawed characters than someone who just had a good, perfect life. True! But you know what's also so interesting about good, perfect life characters? You know? The thing about good, perfect life characters is that One, it's really fun to imagine how you can ruin that perfect life. Sometimes it's really fun to picture how much pain it's going to inflict once that perfect life is no longer perfect. That's really fun. And sometimes you just want a character to, you know, contrast what's happening with the rest of your cast, you know? Because sometimes it can get really boring if everyone's life is fucked up, you know? Like, sure, like maybe if a character is like maybe if like a big phenomenon happened and that's the reason why every character was affected by it, sure, why not? But even when big phenomenons happen, people still get positive aspects of their life regardless, you know? Like, not everything is fucked up. So like, I have a lot of characters, for example, whose life is actually really fucked up, and you know, if they would see me in real life, they would kill me for doing what I did to them, right? But at the same time, if there wasn't a character whose life was who was not marginally better, the impact of a character's life being bad would not nearly be as high, you know? Like, if everything in life is bad, then nothing is bad, you know? If everything in life is bad, then you get used to the bad, and then suddenly the bad is no longer bad, you know? You can put it this way. If you get used to life being bad, when life is less bad, you will have good things, you know? When life is less bad, that will be the equivalent of good for you. So, you know, that's one way you can put it, I guess. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm making sense right now. I think I'm having a bit of an ADHD moment right now. Apologies if I don't make any sense. Also, just so you guys know, in case you hear screaming, it is, of course, today of all days. I don't know why every single time I choose to stream, there is a football game, but there is a football game right now, and so if you hear my sister, that's why, because she's currently watching it, and she's yelling. Who's playing tonight? I have no fucking idea. I don't follow sports. I'm a homosexual. I'm homosexual. What do you want from me? My sports is RuPaul's Drag Race. And porn. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But I don't know. I genuinely don't know, girl. Okay, let's see. Let's try and try this other eye, which is gonna be a pain in the ass, but, you know. I live for pain. Life is painful, so I live for it. There you go. Once again, I shouldn't be trying to make this perfect, but I already am, so whatever. Whatever, Mariah. Whatever, Mariah. What if I try to make something perfect, Mariah? Do you have a problem with it? Do you have a problem with it? Do you want to fight for? So don't bother me, bitch. This looks like garbage, but it's okay. It's fine. You know what? The drawing just has to exist. I can make it good later. I can make it look good later. Come on, Renan, just get out of it. I need to make this less visible. Thank you. But yeah, do you guys like sports? Are any of you actually a fan of sports here? Do I have any members of my chat who actually like sports? Or are we all just like sports haters? Oh god, this looks so bad. I need to move this. You know why it looks so bad? Because I'm a bad artist. Is the gym a sport? I mean, I guess. It can count as one. I'll allow it. I think it can count. I think the gym counts. Are you into the gym, Marisa? Are you a gym freak? Because I want to go to the gym, but the only reason why I want to go to the gym is primarily and mostly because I want to have a big butt. Right now, I'm mostly just exercising at home. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing home exercises, but I want to have a big butt. And for that, I need guidance on how to have a big butt. Just twice a week. I mean, if you're fit already, I'm pretty sure that's good enough. Because there's just some people who go to the gym a lot more often. But I think that if Jesus fuck. I don't know what's going on, girly. I don't know what's going on, girly. I am scared. I'm actually a little scared. Should I be concerned? Chat, should I be concerned? Should I be concerned about it? Because, like, that did not sound human. That, whatever noise that came out of her mouth did not sound human at all. It just didn't sound human. I'm scared. Mom, your daughter's a demon. Okay. So she's looking up. She should be looking up a little bit. Looking up. She's taking us. I think I see the problem. I think I see the problem what's happening with this art. Sis, can you stop having fun? I like to work on Saturday nights. I mean, it's not that I mind that she has fun. It's just she's kind of scaring me sometimes, you know? She just yells really loud for some fucking reason. Then again, though, I also just yell in general when I read BL, so... Maybe this is her way to have, like... Maybe this is how she feels like when I read BL, you know? Maybe this is what she feels like. Because when I read BL, reading BL is my sport. When I see men being romantically awkward with each other, that is my sport. That is the thing that I crave. But maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's why. Oh, I think her team is losing. Oh, okay, I see. Hold on, I was trying to listen a little bit to what the commentary is saying, and I think her team is losing. That's why she's yelling. I think that's what's happening. At least that's my best guess. I don't know. It's either her team is losing or she's just really excited about winning. Every time that my sister watches sports, I kinda just go like, I'm sorry that happened for you. Or I'm really happy it happened, you know? I kinda just get non-committal answers. You just be like, hey, so sorry for you, or great that it happened. Hope you're doing okay. You know, I know that I'm quite foul-mouthed too. But like, at the same time, I feel like compared to my sister, I sound like an angel, you know? Compared to my sister, she just curses like a sailor. My sister just genuinely, whenever she's watching, she just like speaks. Like, it sounds so... the way that she speaks is so unpolite. How do I put this in a way that makes sense? The way that she speaks is just so foul-mouthed that sometimes it's really funny. Pero desmutearlo cuando le ganan el showdown a ver si suena más. No, that's I don't really do showdown. What I do is League of Legends, girl. It's League of Legends, you know. League of Legends is the thing that I used to curse about when I was younger. Peorón. Listen, those matches were very important to me, okay? They were very important. At the time, all I wanted was to be a good League of Legends player. That's what I wanted. Nowadays, I don't really give a fuck anymore. I just play whatever the fuck I want. Okay, I need to zoom out a little bit. I think I'm too zoomed in, and because I'm too zoomed in, I am not really. I'm kind of confusing the trees. There you go. There. I think that's good. And so I need to do this and do this. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, that looks so cute. Now, if only I can draw the rest. If only the rest would come out this cute. You know what sucks, Chad? Is that this is only one expression, and I am taking forever on. So, as you can see, this is gonna take a while. I don't know how to do her nose in this angle. I'm gonna have to research how to do it. I mean, her eyelashes are an extension of her normal eye shape, so that's not really a problem here. He's just trying to make them as thick as they're supposed to be on this angle. Okay, let's see. I think with this I can actually figure out how thick this line needs to be. Which I think it's just a little bit too thick. There you go. Sorry. I'm just having fun listening to my sisters just be mad about it. I like the pain of others sometimes. The pain of others is sometimes fun. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That's just a joke. Okay, the shape of this eye is totally wrong. But you know what? I'm not gonna focus on it too much. Yeah, no, the shape of this eye is totally wrong. Fuck. Fuck. I'm not gonna focus on it too much. Focusing on it too much. Okay, I think her team lost. I think her team lost. She's very mad about it now. She's talking to my mom and she's not having any of it right now. Sabes que estoy en directo, ¿sabes? Ah! Do you guys hear that? Do you guys hear that? Oh man. Oh, I love that. Oh. Somebody's probably gonna clip that, huh? That's gonna become a clip, isn't it? Okay. Hello? Oh. I hear something in Spanish solely about a table being smacked. It wasn't a table. She smacked the door. She smacked the door. It was the door, fortunately. The door had to pay for her sins. Okay, I'm actually gonna need a reference for this, so... I need to see the nose of a black person in a 3/4 view. Yeah. Okay, none of this. Why am I getting so many images of rhinoplasty? Hello? I am not interested in looking at rhinoplasty. I just want to look at a black nose. Wow, that is... It's so telling. It's so telling that they show you images of rhinoplasty whenever you're looking to find references of noses. Like, what's wrong with her original nose? Her original nose looks fine. That's kind of fucked up. Yeah, that is actually kind of fucked up, don't you think? Okay, let me just... Okay. It's honestly genuinely kind of fucked up. And the worst part is, though, is I think that her nose is actually closer to this one. You know. I think I'm just going to try it however God intended. Who knows? Please don't ban me. Honestly, if I were to ban people for bad jokes, do you know how fast Kuronin would have been executed? Do you know? Kuronin would have been executed so expeditiously if I were to ban people for bad jokes. Because Kuronin does bad jokes so often. So fucking often. Oh, hi, Sarah. How you doing? Welcome back, Nova. Welcome, guys. How's it going? How was work, Sarah? Nova told me that they went to pick you up from work. How is work? How was work? Okay, so you should be able to see a little bit. The eyebrow should be here. Eyebrows, more or less. I'm good. I saw Nova watching your stream and I decided to join. Thank you. You're so sweet. I appreciate you. Oh, that is so nice. So nice of you. Okay, so it should go in and then flare out. And I know, just because of the way her nose is that I know that the pore should be quite prominent here. The pore should be quite prominent. Okay, that looks really stupid, but don't worry. Don't worry, it'll look better. I never seen you draw, so it's kind of nice. Loving the sketch. Thank you. This is probably one of the most horrible noses that I have ever drawn in my life. But you know, we're trying to unlearn decades of what's it called? We're trying to unlearn decades of anime damage, you know? We're trying to unlearn bad habits of not drawing noses for so long, which is actually making differences on noses, you know? Making noses look different. Which is funny because in theory, not in practice, but in theory, drawing the nose in this angle should be easier than drawing it from the front. You know? Yeah, I hope that you have a fun time here. To be honest, I'm having a little bit of a... I'm having a bit of a Renin right now. And you may be wondering, Renin, what does that mean? Well, having a little bit of a Renin means that my ADHD is going a little bit haywire right now. And so I am bouncing really quickly between topics. And not only that, I am also dropping topics in the fly, you know, because I get distracted by something. So if you tell me something and you didn't get an answer, I apologize. I am just having a run-in right now. My brain is currently not having a good time. Man, Renan's stealing my GF's attention. Well, to be honest, if you're really honest about it, Nova, I had your attention first. So in technicality, you did not give attention to your girlfriend. Therefore, you are the one cheating on her. I rest my case. I rest my case. We need to confiscate your Renin. You may not have Renin. Oh wait, since when am I a distributor? Since when? Well, actually, that kind of fits with the lower, so never mind. I was gonna say, since when am I a collectible good? But then again, I guess with this body that I carry, with this hips, with this thighs, I guess I am a collectible body, huh? I guess I am a collectible one of a kind. I guess. I mean, you are adult. True enough. You can rest your case. You are. That is correct. That is very much correct indeed. I am indeed adult. Since the VTuber card game when it became a thing. I'm not in that game though. You're about gonna be a male for a bit. Go, take your time, take your time. I'm not in that game though, so how does that apply to me? I'm not in the game. I'm not a collectible. because I'm not in the game. Like, I would be a collectible once I am in the game, but because I am not on it, therefore, it does not apply. I do not know how noses work on this angle. How do nose? How nose? How does one nose? I mean, her nostril would be behind the tip of the nose. At least I'm pretty sure. But listen, in this picture is showing it. Like, I know her nostrils have to be prominent because that's kind of a big deal for black faces. African faces have very prominent nose. Oh fuck. It's just, you're just that red of a card. Since when? Did something sting me? Hold on, chat. I feel like something stung me. I felt a pain. I felt a pain in my I felt a pain in my leg. But I don't feel anything, so I guess there's nothing. Weird. Would you create your own VTuber card? Maybe. I mean, I could. I certainly could. Am I going to? Probably not. Because I already have so many other projects on the works, you know? I already have so many things to do. Like, not only am I working on this, I have to do, like, the Holostars boys becoming Pokemons. That is one thing that I'm working on that I added onto my plate that I probably shouldn't have added. Because I already have enough things as it is. Chad, be honest. Does that look like a black nose to you? Chad, be honest with me. Does this read properly? Because, like, I feel like it's not reading very well. Kind of. What is missing? Because I know that is the angle. I know that it's the angle, right? But, like, I don't know what's missing, to be honest. I can see it. I guess that's what we're gonna have to settle for. Yes, and I can see it. I don't know how to make this better, to be honest. In fact, I feel like the more I take it, the worse it's getting. The worse it's getting. Actually, bitch, what the hell? Sorry. I'm feeling something in my leg, and I feel like bites, but I just, when I look and when I feel, I don't anything. I don't know. I think there's a mosquito flying. No. I think there's a mosquito flying around, and I feel like that's what I'm feeling in my legs. You know, I think that's what I'm feeling. But yeah, sorry about that. I don't mean to alarm, but like, I keep feeling pain in my leg, but it's like the distinctive pain of when something has bitten you. Type of shit. Wait, question, Chad. I now have an existential question for you. I have an existential question now. Chad, do mosquitoes bite? Or do they poke? Sound off in the comments. Do they bite or do they poke? Why do they call it? Why do we call them mosquito bites? If mosquitoes don't bite, they perforate. You know? I'm allergic to mosquito. Bitch! Are you? So basically, you cannot go anywhere. Is what you're telling me, Marisa. You cannot go anywhere. Because if you're allergic to mosquito, that means that you're allergic to being everywhere. How do you know complex words like perforate? Because it's a very similar word to perforar, which is Spanish for perforate. I think Renan means pierce. It's still the same thing though. Perforate is an actual word, right? Is it? Hold on. Yeah, no, perforate. Yeah, perforate. Yeah, perforate. Perforate is the thing. Maybe it's something to do with teeth, so mosquitoes bite, but mosquitoes don't have teeth. That's what I'm getting at. Mosquitoes don't have teeth, so how do we call them mosquito bites if they don't have teeth? Because, you know, when a spider bite, they have teeth, therefore it's a spider bite. But, you know, a bee stings, therefore it's a sting. So mosquitoes are a lot closer to bee stings than they are a spider bite. I think they do have teeth. You're fucking lying. Mosquitoes have teeth? Nah, hold on. I need to pull that up. Do mosquitoes have teeth? Okay, let's go. Mosquitoes don't have teeth. The females bite with long pointed mouth parts called a proboscis. They use the serrated proboscis to pierce the skin and locate a capillary. Okay, so it's not. It is not teeth. It's not teeth. Essentially, they are serrated. It's a serrated blade. It's a serrated needle. That's what it is. Which is no wonder why it's so fucking painful. Question: why did fucking evolution decided to make it so painful? Like, there was no fucking need to make it serrated. Like, there was no need for that. There was absolutely no need for it to have a serrated poking tool. That feels mean. I don't know, girl. I'm not very convinced by this. Cause like, I guess the other pore would be here, the other side of the nose. But then it just looks just weird. You know what? I'm gonna keep it like that for now. That sort of assimilates the purpose that I'm trying to do, so whatever. I guess they haven't really called teeth. I just remember because they had something equivalent. I mean, I can only imagine that the reason why they're called proboscis is because they probe with it. You know? That's the only thing I can imagine as for why it's called a proboscis, because they are probing. They're probing with it. They're poking you, which is probing. Okay, guys, I think we're finally getting somewhere with this fucking sketch. I think we're getting somewhere finally. Okay, now all I need to draw is her mouth. Which, the middle of her mouth would be around here. So her mouth needs to be low, first of all. Or her nose needs to be lower. No, I think her nose is fine where it is. I think her mouth is just way too high. Yeah, there you go. That's a little bit better. The shape of the needle is actually meant to be less painful of a stab. And if I recall correctly, bitch. And if I recall correctly, they were working on a needle model after them a while back, but it was probably more expensive and hard to make, so they dropped the idea. Honestly, whenever it comes to any type of medical invention that would make it less painful or that would make it better for the patients, you know that they're stopping funding on that immediately, expeditiously, if you will. So I am not surprised if they found a way to make syringes like less painful, but then they stopped it because, you know, they want to make it hurt. I'm gonna be surprised personally. So now I do want her tongue to be out, like a playful thing. Hey, how would that work? Would that be here? I don't think that she would have this big of a tongue, but you know. Mosquito spit. I do know that mosquito spit is actually supposed to be an anticoagulant. I do know about that. Chad, do you know one of my favorite things to do is learn about useless facts that nobody cares about? Just because I find it fun to know stuff. I like to know stuff. That looks awful. That does not look right. That looks weird. I think it will probably be better if I do it like this. Yeah, there you go. I don't know. Does that look better? It doesn't, but we're gonna pretend like it does so that I feel better about it. So yeah, I like to know a lot of stuff just because it makes me feel more smart. You know what I mean? It makes me feel smart. Like, I remember. Okay, Chad, here's a funny story. I remember back in elementary school, I had just watched a documentary about planets and about the sun and about how the sun is going to die, right? In a billion years. And the way that the sun is going to die is that it's going to expand into a red giant, which would devour Venus, Mars, Mercury, and possibly the Earth, more than likely, yes. And it will get so big and so hot that even if we were to not be swallowed by the sun, it would just get so hot that we would be scorched to death. Point then being that, you know, I knew about that. And I knew about neutron stars, and you know, the deep space fascinates me, and it has ever since I was a kid. And so, because I had just learned this fascinating thing about the universe, I had decided to share it with my classmates. You know, I was like, you know what, my classmates needs to know. They need to know that we are going to die. So I told them about it, and they listened to me with such horrified fascination, with such marvel in their eyes. And you know what they say to me? One of the things that one of the girls said to me that used to hang out with me when I told her this, she was like, wow, you're so smart. But wait, if you know so much, why are you so bad at school? She looked at me then in the face and she told me, hey girl, if you are actually that smart, why do you do so bad at school? If you're so smart, why are you so dumb? And I have never recovered from that. I have never recovered from that. The fact that she basically called me stupid is so fucking funny to me. It's just so funny. School is boring, this stuff isn't. I mean, true, but also, I think it was primarily about math. Just math was the one Math is the one thing that I've never been able to do. I'm gonna be so real. Math is the one thing that I've always sucked at, and I will continue to suck at. I am not good at math. I was semi-decent on basically every subject except for math. So, you know, don't ask your girl Renan to do anything related to math because I will not be able to do it. I'm gonna tell you right now. Math is just not my strong suit. You know what was my strong suit do? My strong suit is English. English is my strong suit, and it always was. But, you know, I don't blame them for thinking that I was kind of dumb, because I think I was. I mean, dumb in the sense that it's just like, you know, I just didn't know about a lot of stuff in life. And to be honest, I never paid attention in school that much. School was always boring to me. School was always boring. I was never able to concentrate long enough for for me to actually care about school. And so, eventually, when I was in college, I just stopped caring. You know, there were a lot more pressing stuff happening. Like, you know, COVID at the time was happening when I was in college. You know, and because of that, I was really just not interested in school anymore. I was just not able to concentrate long enough for it, and so I dropped out. Do I regret it? Yes, I do. I honestly do regret not finishing my college degree, but well, it is what it is, right? Not that I liked it though. I never liked my college degree. I never liked what I did in college. I'm gonna be so real. College was not fun. Because, you know, the thing about college is that, in a very real sense, because of the people that were in there, college was just fucking high school part 2. The people in there just behaved like fucking high schoolers, you know? Like, they were so mean for no reason. And listen, I am aware that I am a person who is kinda difficult to get along with. Because, you know, I have a really strong personality. I am very aware of that. But I don't think that even my high school classmates were as petty as the people that I met in college were, you know? I used to like math, but in university, teachers were too abstract and bent only memorizing formulas without proper explanation. You know what the worst part for me is? One of the worst parts for me when it comes to math, right, is that I am not good at practicality. Is that what you call it? In a very real sense, I am not good at applying what I learn when it comes to math. For example, let's say that I had just learned how to subtract, right? So, let's say 12 minus 10, you know? I know what 12 minus 10 is, because, you know, I just learned what 12 minus 10 is. But if you switch the numbers and you just told me, hey, what is 12 minus 7? My brain crashes. My brain crashes and I don't know how to apply what I just learned to it. And so that's the reason why I struggle with math in general. Math was never for me because I struggle so much at applying the solutions that I learned to new problems. Which I think that's once again the secret autism hitting me, you know? Because I was not told how to specifically solve that thing. I don't know how to solve it, I guess. Would I also be considered part of the autism spectrum? Ever heard of dyscalculia? Yes, I know dyscalculia is similarly to being dyslexic. But the thing about I don't think I have dyscalculia because I don't confuse numbers. To me, dyscalculia is confusing numbers, I think, no? At least if I remember right, that's what it is. You confuse numbers, therefore, because you confuse numbers, you don't really get it, right? I don't know if it applies to specifically what I'm talking about. It is, just wondering. Yeah, I do know about that. Serve? Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? Jerry, what are we talking about? Why are you saying deserve? What did I do? What do I deserve? What do I deserve? I'm so confused. Can somebody explain, please? Ah! Get that, Bitey. Oh, the bits! Oh, the bits! I didn't notice. Oh shit! Why is my sound alerts not working? Bitch, what the hell? Anyway, hey Cleo, thank you so much for the bits. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you for once again. Wait, did you give me a pay cut? Okay, no, thank God. I thought that you had just shortened my wage. I was about to say, bitch, did you just give me a pay cut? There are many things you haven't noticed. I mean, I didn't notice that Nova did a lurk. I also know, because I didn't respond to the lurk. I'm very sorry about that. You know what? Maybe I just haven't paid that much attention today on this time around on stream. I am very sorry about that. I'm usually very good at paying attention to the alerts, but for some reason today I'm just like not really being that good about it. I'm very sorry about that. You guys deserve a better streamer. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry, guys. I hope you guys can understand that that is not a thing I can control sometimes. Realistically, I shouldn't have streamed today, but you know, I already canceled yesterday's stream. I needed to stream. If not, I was gonna cry. Is there anything that you want me to pay attention to? Oh, what the fuck? And now I know what you were talking about. Now I know what you were talking about. You motherfucker. You piece of shit. You giant piece of ass. Thank you for the $99, Zurich. I appreciate it a lot. Also, fuck off. Why not do the fucking $100? You fucking bitch. You did it. You do it just to bother me, don't you? You do it just to bother me, you motherfucker piece of shit. I hate you. I hate you. It bothers me so much and it's not finished. Why is it not finished, you bitch? Thank you so much, though. Thank you. Hey, thank you so much, though, Zurich. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Now that I am jobless, genuinely, I really do appreciate anything you guys do to give me any sort of monetary compensation. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. It's called edging. Bitch, take me on a date first. Should I start pulling a Zurich instead? And instead of 50 bits, I should do 49 bits? No, stop it. Stop it, stop. No, not the insurrection, please. I will kill myself. And also, girl, that's a pay cut. That's a pay cut. I'm taking a pay cut on my... First of all, Cleo, it took me so long to get a raise, and now you want to give me a pay cut? Now you want to demote me? You were giving me like 47 bits for so long. But really, thank you all so much. Thank you. Y'all are so nice to me. I'm gonna start crying, by the way. So like, if you guys want me to cry on stream, you guys are gonna accomplish it pretty soon. So don't play with me. Don't play with me. I will cry. I have cried on stream before, so don't play with me. But yeah, thank you, Corona. And you know what? Only if it's happy tears. They are happy tears. Most of the time. Oh yeah. By the way, Cleo. I know you're looking at this sketch right now. You're looking at the sketch right now, right? You're looking at this. You're like, wow, such a diva. So cool. So fun. You want to see her makeup? You want to see her makeup? You want to see her makeup, Cleo? I'm going to show you her makeup. So this is her makeup. This is her makeup. This is how the thing is actually supposed to look. Isn't it so cool? I'm actually very in love with this makeup. Very gyaro. Very fun. No, I gave you 25 bits for like a whole year and doubled this year. Those lashes thick. Hell yeah, girl. Listen, in this house we do nothing if not exaggeration. You know? In this house we do exaggeration. We do camp. In this house we do camp. And I don't know. I really love the idea of paper lashes. So, you know, I like paper lashes. Is this a commission? No. I'm doing this for my own enjoyment. This is the Poison Gym Leader, or my this is the Poison Gym Leader for my Gym Leader series. But yeah, that's what I'm doing today. Is the Poison Gym Leader. I actually did draw her today earlier. This is the thumbnail, by the way. This is the thumbnail of today's video. Of today's stream. It's so fucking funny. I love it. I see the vision. It does get poison. Thank you. How do you feel about poison-filled heels? How do you feel about that? How do you feel about poison-filled heels? Is it a serve? Is it a serve? Lord. You know what? I'm gonna finish this sketch and then I'm gonna end stream because I am genuinely kind of discombobulated today. I genuinely need to take some time today to like process stuff. Yeah, I'm very happy with her. I'm very happy with the way that she looks. It looks. It is a serve. It reminds me of those 90s fish heels people used to wear with the floating fish in the heel like that. No, yeah. That's actually the inspiration. That's actually the inspo. Somebody on Discord sent me those heels when I was asking for shoes for her to wear, and that's where I got the inspo from. But yeah, you clocked it. You clocked it so bad. Oh yeah, Chad. Guys. Do you guys remember that I told you that I had a date, that I supposedly had a date? That I had a date on Thursday? You guys remember that? Do y'all remember that? Or no? Not yet, Thursday, actually. So, That was a fucking lie. That was a dead ass lie. Because I got ghosted. My fucking date ghosted me. You know? And I'm kind of sad about it. I'm kind of sad about it. My date ghosted me on Thursday. I sent him a message earlier that day asking if we're still meeting, and he never replied. What do you want? Why are you yelling? Are you yelling now? There's nobody outside. Dude, I'm telling you, there is nobody outside. Why are you looking at me like that for, bitch? Don't be mad at me just because there is nobody outside for you to bite. Hold on. Let me fix this. Let me fix these lashes, because these lashes look up. They look a little bit of a mess. There you go. Okay, hold on. Let me check what's going on. There might actually be somebody outside. I'll be right back in a moment. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. It was my sister-in-law. So there was actually somebody outside this time. My dog was not delusional. Lame on his part, cause like people who ghost suck. I know, right? I mean, listen. I did meet him in an app that is usually not meant for dates. You know what I mean? Like, it's usually meant for a different type of date. But he was really sweet, and I really wanted to get to know him. And so I was like, hey, you want to go out eat somewhere? And he said, sure. But I guess he got cold feet. Because, you know, it was his first time actually trying, you know, actually trying to date and to go out with a guy. And even then, I'm not really that far away from a girl, to be honest. I'm not really that far away from a girl, so like, I thought it would be like a good first experience for him, but you know, it is what it is. In this day and age, we do not chase boys who don't like us, you know? So like, I haven't blocked his number just because I would love to see what is the excuse if he ever does contact me, but like, you know, I'm not there to wait around for people. But like, if he doesn't want to go on a date, fine. Message received. Okay, I think this face actually looks like garbage. But I cannot quite figure out why. So I'm gonna leave it like that. You know, it's supposed to be a sketch. It's supposed to be a sketch. It's not supposed to be the final version of anything. So Preach, you don't chase, you attract. Exactly, exactly. We're like a wildflower. We're supposed to attract the men, not beg for them to come back and to come to us. Yeah. Anyway, let me just get this can out of the way real quick. Surprisingly enough, funnily enough, the hands did not give me a bad time this time around. In before they gave me a bad time. But this time around, I didn't struggle with the hands that much. Then again, I'm not really defining them that well, but you know. Usually, I have a lot more issues with hands than I do faces. It's funny how they mentioned that your date ghosted you and your dog started to bark, kind of like a not consonant. You know, being dead is a good excuse for them to ghost me, I guess. I guess that's a good excuse. I guess that's one that I can actually pass. If they fucking died, then I guess we can excuse their mouth. You know? But really, honestly, in my opinion, ghosting is probably like one of the worst things that you can do when it comes to dating. Because at the end of the day, girl, if you're not attracted, just don't go out. Just tell them, hey, it's not really working out for me. And then you both move on. You know? And then you both move on. To me, ghosting is so... like, not necessary because... you can just communicate, you know? You can communicate. You can be a fucking adult about it and just be like, hey, it's not really working for me. Goodbye. Can you stop barking? My sister-in-law's inside. She's inside, girl. Why are you yelling? Like, my sister-in-law's already inside and she's still barking. Oh, I think they're barking to each other. I think my dogs are barking to each other. Which is one of two things. Either they want to play or they're about to murder each other. Either or. Either or, whatever they do is none of my business. You know what? These fingers actually look kind of bad, but I am not gonna bother too much. It's a sketch, goddammit. I'm already tired enough as it is. This finger is also way too... this one needs to be shorter. There you go. It's actually shorter now. And again, it's not like it's gonna matter. The nail is gonna make it even longer again. And then this is short nail. Short nail. And then long nail again, once I actually get to draw the finger. Honestly, this looks more like a weird foot. For some reason, it looks kind of like a foot. Chad, does this hand not look a little bit foot-like to you? Does it not look a little bit like a foot? I don't know why it looks like a foot. I see where you're coming from. I don't know why it looks like a foot, though. It shouldn't. Why does it look like a foot? It just kind of... It looks kind of cursed, actually. It looks like a foot with extended toes. I think it's probably because the palm of the hand is a little bit too long. I think that might be it. I don't know, girl. I think it's the palm. It's kind of wrong. Something's with the palm. Yeah, something's wrong with the palm, but I don't know what it is. I mean, the original sketch on the sketch underneath has it been less round, so. Okay, there we go. Yeah, you were so right. You were so right. You were so right, Zurek, actually. You were right, Zurek. You were actually really right, Zurek. It was the palm being too long. Sorry, the palm being too round. Not long, sorry. Actually, let me check something real quick. Let me check if this palm is big enough. Because usually, your palm from your chin, actually the palm is too big. Chad, if you guys check proportions sometimes when it comes to hands, your palm, the size of your palm should usually be more or less the same length from your chin to your nose. You know, this rule is pretty arbitrary and it doesn't have to be that way, but it can help whenever you're feeling like proportions are a little bit off. I mean, it's semi-right. It's not too bad. Yeah. Okay, Pog. It's actually not too bad. Could the fingers be better? Yeah. Am I gonna bother? No. Oh my god. My sister-in-law let the dogs out. Oh, it so annoys me when she lets the dogs out. It annoys me when she lets the dogs out, but because she's not looking out for them. She just lets them out and doesn't really, you know, take care of them. And it pisses me off. There you go. I mean, it is gonna look weird. It is gonna look weird. Because, you know, that's just kind of how fingers are. There you go. It still kind of looks like a foot. A little bit. It still kind of looks like a foot. But I don't think I have the time or energy to figure out how to fix it. I don't know that I have the time or energy to figure it out, so I guess I'm gonna leave it like that for now. Until I figure out something different to fix it. Should I lend you a hand? Should I put my foot in your mouth? You are such a bitch. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna ginger kill you. There you go. Now this reads like a proper selfie. And I think I'm gonna make the same joke again. Chad, I think I'm gonna make the same joke again. You know? I think I'm gonna make the same joke. Because I made a joke in my water type gym leader video where, you know, in this part of the speed paint you would see me suffer. You're gonna see me suffer trying to draw faces. And I think I'm gonna make the same joke again because it's I am suffering trying to draw faces again. Lord. And just real quick, let's do. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna leave it here for today. I don't think my concentration can last any longer. You know, she's gonna be bald. She's gonna be bald for the rest of the day. For the rest of the night, she's gonna be bald. So, how do we feel about bald? How do we feel about bald, chat? Do you think she can pull it off? Can she pull off the bald look? Is it a good look on her? What do you think? Does she look good bald? I don't think this even is remotely the same face, unfortunately. I don't know what happened. I also think her face is too low. Her face is actually way too low now that I think about it. Shit. It looks similar enough. I mean, I guess, but like, it annoys me that I can never draw the same thing twice. It actually really annoys me sometimes that I'm like, that I just never can seem to get it right the second time, and then my characters end up looking really different from the same drawing. There you go. You know, once I add the head and the hair. Loki, it does look actually go bald because the poison hair is like a drag wig. I mean, no, she's not bald, but she is wearing a wig. She is wearing hair extensions, right? That's something I actually make sure of when I designed her. Is that I wanted her to look like a proper black hairstyle. Well, not really proper, but you know, similar enough to a black hairstyle, right? I love big hair, but it always goes to wig when it's too much. To be fair, this is not part of her hair. This is just a hair accessory, but the rest is part of her hair. But then again, though, like I said, black women are known to wear wigs. That's kind of part of their culture. So, you know, the way that her hair is designed is that she does have hair extensions on. That is something that she does have. But for the most part, this is her natural hair. Like, her natural hair would probably go around here-ish. Like, her natural hair will probably go around here-ish. And then the rest of this is just hair extensions. You know. But yeah. Then again, though, she does look good bald. She does look good bald. Even if it was white, when I say drag wig, I mean big wig, big hair. No, you're right. You're right. Then again, though, Pokemon is kind of known for a little bit of drag, you know? Pokemon is kind of campy like that with their hairstyles and everything, so they do drag. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it here for today, Chad. I don't think my concentration can last any longer. And I think we did a decent job. It's not the perfect it's not the most perfect, like, translation ever of her hairstyle, of her design. And you know, at least I did good enough, I think. They look similar enough. They look similar enough to be sisters, I guess. Oh, I just noticed something that I need to fix, which is her eye shape. Yeah, there you go. Actually, now they actually look like the same character. Hey, it's progress. I called that a W. Thank you. It's something. It's something. You know, it's probably also part of the fact that I exhausted. I think also part of it is I exhausted part of my creative energy coming up with this thumbnail. I think I exhausted a lot of my creative energy coming up with this thumbnail. So, you know, that will teach me. That'll teach me from drawing thumbnails when I'm supposed to be a drawing stream. Because I do have a little bit of art block today. I will admit that. Art block is kind of taking over my life right now. Oh yeah, by the way, Cleo, what do you think about this this interaction between the two gym leaders? the Water type gym leader and the poison gym leader. I love my characters, guys. I really love my characters. By the way, I would say the poison gym leader doesn't actually have serrated teeth. I just thought it would be funny for the poison gym leader to have this kind of teeth when she gets angry. But only when she gets angry. Only then. I think I'm gonna leave it here for today, guys. Thanks for coming. I really do appreciate it. I'm very sorry that I moved yesterday's stream to today. Moved a lot of your schedules. But hopefully, I really like them. Your gym leaders really fit their team. Thank you. Thank you. That makes me happy. I was very fun chatting to you. Thank you. I love you, yeah. I love you guys. You guys don't know how much you mean to me. But yeah. We'll be coming back tomorrow. Tomorrow we're not doing a drawing stream. Tomorrow we're actually working on more Pokemon White. Because you know, we gotta beat Elessa some way, shape, or form, or get beaten by her. Whichever one happens first, to be honest. Whichever one happens first. I will either have Elisa's ass or she will have my ass. Whichever one happens first. So yeah, hope I see you guys tomorrow for it. And thank you all so much for coming. I appreciate all of you. Remember to take care of yourselves. And remember, the Cherry Bomb Blossom Boutique always appreciates you. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah. Take care. And if you're wondering how I'm planning to defeat Elessa, I am not planning. I am just hoping and praying. It is all just hope and prayer and delusion. Bye, y'all.